Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, entrepreneurs and dreamers, welcome to the Exceed Real Vibe podcast, the home of bold conversations, smart investments, real talks about life, family, culture, and the real estate game, all in the context of purpose and business. I am your favorite host, Jennifer Igwe, aka the Content Queen. Today, we're going to be discussing a very critical and important topic: building trust and wealth through real estate, what it takes to win in today's market. And with me here today, I have the best person for this topic. He is amazing, he is visionary, he is exceptional. He is a real estate personnel, a consultant, a broker, and a life coach. He is also the founder of Cozy Lions Realty. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Courage Okite.
Hello everyone.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, nice to be here.
It's my pleasure. I am so excited to have him on this podcast today because this man, he's so busy. I mean, he gave us his time today, and I'm sure you can't wait to hear him release his powers. So sit tight and enjoy the session. I want to ask a favor. Can you please take off your shade so they can see you very well? Maybe they're not looking at you very well. Oh my God! This is Cozy One of Africa. Live here on the Exceed Real Vibe podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here this morning.
Welcome, sir. Welcome again. So let's dive right in what we have today. Regarding the topic, building wealth and trust through real estate. Let's start by you sharing your experience in the real estate industry. I mean, how many years now again you've been in the industry?
7th of August 2022. So it's 2 years plus.
Wow, just 2 years plus, and he has so much impact. You must cut so for me, oh hey. So tell us in few sentences how has been in the industry.
Okay, so far it's been a journey. It's been a journey with God, it's been a journey with people. I have this favorite mantra of mine. I always say I am a man consistently helped by God through men. Because every step of my journey in real estate, I've come to a certain point where I need men who gave me their shoulders to climb on to get to my next point. And at every point, I needed to ask questions, and I asked God. God helped me. Okay, so my journey in real estate started on 7th of August 2022. Then I knew nothing completely about real estate. Even though before then, I normally help students on campus get accommodation back in school. And during the long break, people crossing over from UNM to UNEC, first aid and all that. I was just doing that because I needed money and then all that. But it was on the 7th of August that I took real estate serious, like after a series of prayers, and then God told me go into lands and I'll open doors for you. And that was how my journey started. And then I was looking out for how to actually start. I started renting because that was the only thing I knew. I started renting of duplexes and flats, self-cons and all that. So I would go out there on the streets every morning to look for free accommodations and try to find the owners, speak to the management, and then begin to advertise on group chats and all that. And so gradually I used to get money then, but when the money comes, we're like 5, 6, 7, share the money and everything, and then at least you have something. But then sometimes it was not measurable because sometimes 2 months, 3 months, you don't even close the rental deal. You understand? Unlike now, you can actually predict your sales monthly and set targets. Then I didn't understand how all the things. I was just shooting without targets. Okay. So moving forward, I began to meet people in the industry who were achieving the results in renting that I was not achieving. I met a guy called PDP. There was always this guy was always closing rental deals. You can close 5 rental deals in a day. You can close 10 in a week.
Wow.
And he was making the kind of money someone selling property to you. So I tried to understand how he was able to do this kind of thing. So I got closer to him. I told him I need to teach me and help me. I want to work for you. Understand? Not like he had a company, but I'm open to be sent around for errands, real estate errands and all that. Because I knew that while I'm on that, I'll be able to also learn. So, and whenever he has deals, he would actually tell me, okay, and this client needs a self-con, a 2-bedroom flat. This is the house. Okay, they'll call you, I've given them your number. So I was doing all those stuff, and I got to understand that he had like 5, 6 other people. So he understood the power of networking.
Okay.
So that's how he can be in different places, closing different deals at the same time, while he focuses on the one he wants to focus.
Okay.
And that was like his experience. And then he would just call later in the day to find out how did he go, how did he be closed. So you're the one doing the full, because you too, you want to close that deal and make your own money. And so when he looks at you and tries you 1, 2, 3 times, I know he can trust you. So then I start getting like deals from him a lot. And then start learning how to source my own deals like directly, and start growing and growing until I moved into sales.
Okay.
Someone was telling me that one guy met me at a restaurant where I normally stay to wait for clients then when I was on the street.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't really can relate. So he came to me and told me, Courage, this is not you. You can't be here. You're just what are you doing renting for? Come to sales. And then I was like, okay. And then because then I'll make money from rental before you know it. Family problems, personal problems, stuff like you need to do and all that. I need to get good things myself, dress and transportation, live the life of a young man, understand?
Yeah.
And so it wasn't enough, that was evident. And so I said to try out sales. I said, okay, send me properties. Pushing out. That was in January 2023. By April, I have sold a property. I was like, wow. Then I got a commission.
And the commission came heavy.
And they're like, wow. But before then, there was this rental deal I closed. It was a duplex. And from that rental deal, I made about 250,000 naira from that duplex rental. The duplex was 4 point something, it's 10%. So we're just like, I think where I was the lead person from the deal. I think the client paid 5%, and then we were just 2 or 3. And I was like, wow, so one can make this kind of money from real estate. I started believing that there was money in real estate. Sometimes you're speaking to your mentees and then encouraging them to be consistent. When you see the value dividends you can get from real estate, like no one will beg you to be consistent.
Oh my god, that's true.
So I started like pressing for higher things. And then the more I met people, then I said, okay, I sold one plot. Then to sell the second plot was now like, yeah. So I was trying, then sold another one. But then I met people who were selling consistently back to back. And you had to find out what they were doing to close those kind of sales. And that was when I started seeking for knowledge, started attending trainings, taking courses on sales real estate, taking courses on mindset. Understand? That was when I met my mentor at the UK. And that was around October. And then the journey started. He expanded my mind. I believe that I deserve wealth. I believe that I am created to be wealthy, and I believe that I am meant to transform lives. And so, taught me a lot of things about networking, people, and then how to apply it in the business you're doing. So I started doing real estate beyond just money. I started doing real estate like a ministry. Beyond the money, I started looking forward to people like, because I know that money is in the hands of people.
Yeah.
If you treat people well, if they trust you, if they like you, if they know you, they can transact with you. And that's how I've been growing and still growing. And then today, close deals daily, weekly, back to back, by the grace of God.
Oh my God.
To raise over 400 realtors.
Wow.
Oh, cool. Apart from my company, Close Lions Realty, I and a few of my friends came together and we co-founded the Southeast Realtors Group.
Yeah.
And we raise real estate billionaires. Then we hand out the things that have helped us from this far. So that has been the journey, and I'm so excited to be here today once again.
Oh wow. This is so inspiring. I'm really feeling elevated. Like I just wish he could just continue telling his stories, because I know there is still more for him to talk about. And truly, sir, I am really, really impressed, and I'm so happy for the growth. That is one thing about life, enjoying the process.
Yeah.
There must surely be a starting point. Nobody falls from the sky.
Yeah.
And the ability to embrace the process and grow along with it, that was what makes life beautiful.
Yeah.
Because if there are no process there, you can't tell those mentees of yours, okay, look at what happened there, what happened there.
I remember I always say then, trust the process. And then I'll always say, until it's my turn, I'll keep clapping for others.
Oh.
So when I see people who are achieving the results I desire to achieve, I celebrate them. I celebrate their wins. I post it on my status as if it's my win. I'm so happy for them. I'm so close to them, like, congratulations. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. Someone bought a car, because I realize that success is contagious. Yeah. Instead of just hating on someone for achieving something, why not celebrate the person? you feel good too, because I just have this feeling that whenever something's happening to someone around you, that means that
The
thing is
grace
in
is
the
around.
neighborhood.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So, and then I started seeing myself grow into the places. I think that was on Saturday while I was speaking at the event where Engineer Paul Loba of Horizontal was speaking. I remember that when I attended the event where he spoke, and I just attended like a normal Ghanaian. I didn't even know, like, I didn't even believe that I would ever be in the same environment where he's speaking also. I looked at it and I was like, wow, this is how far knowledge can bring you, this is how far God can bring you. And then
Wow.
I'm so blessed.
Wow. Three important things he mentioned that I can tell you in this story: one, God factor; two, people; and three, knowledge. You can't just do it on your own. You need people, you need God, and you need the knowledge. Amazing, amazing. So let's get right into some discussions that will help you to help you navigate the processes and buttress further on what he has mentioned, on the story he has told us. So, sir, we used to scream real estate is a safe investment, surest investment you can make, but yet the scam in real estate seems to be increasing. Or let's say it's just there. There is still that vacuum of scam being occupied, and there's still this scammers around the industry. So what does it take for one to build trust in this industry?
All right. Yeah, trust. The word integrity has been used a lot,
Okay.
that it's now abused. Integrity has been so verbal, but less actions. Okay. But I would say I wouldn't say anybody was born with integrity. Nobody was born under it, because Bible says all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Even while we were small, growing up as a little child, we told lies and all that. And then when we came to Christ, we understood that, okay, this is not supposed to be. So having integrity is a journey, is a walk. You'd have to actually sit down, first and first, as a realtor. You ask yourself, where am I at this point? Where do I want to go to? How far do I want to go? And then what are the things that would help me go far in this journey? And then you have to create your value system, which integrity is a core value. Without integrity, people cannot trust you. A lot of diaspora investors out there, they have the millions, they have the billions. They can't trust their family members because they've had awful experiences of giving them money to either buy landed properties for them. They end up buying a fake land or not buying land at all. Or in the process of building a house for them, they end up building their own house and then building something substantial for the client by overcharging them. And they come back and they feel so bad about it. I've had experiences of a client who asked his brother to build a house for him, and then he came down and saw the house. It was something else. It was not anything close to what he wanted. So standard materials, the finishing was poor, the painting, everything. And he knew that this guy had not delivered. So he wanted to sell out the house. So he told me to help him sell the house. But I tried to, but he told me, don't allow my brother to know that he wants to sell the house. And I was like, to sell the house, you must do a very good content video. You understand? And put it out there for whoever is buying to see it very well. So they can see and know what they're buying, right? So if I'm not able to access the house that day, I can't really sell it. No one is going to buy a house without that. So I had to hands off that deal so that I don't have issues, maybe lose my life in the process. So trust is very important. Now, as a realtor, how do you position yourself as someone who is trustworthy? Number one, I mentioned you have to tell yourself that, first of all, I had to tell myself that I am a man of integrity. I told myself that my customers like me and they do businesses with me. I created personal affirmations for myself and I say them every day. And this was one of them. I'm an honest realtor. I'm a man of integrity. People love me and they want to do business with me. My clients do business with me every day and they are satisfied. And so when I say these things, I now go out and whenever I have opportunities to compromise, I remember what I say. And then I tell, okay, now what are some ways a realtor can compromise? Selling a land that you know is not legit. Okay, selling fake lands. Number two, inflating the prices of the property selling. Or advertising properties that don't even exist or registered property. Because this business is a multi-trillion-dollar business. A lot of people are here with the wrong motives. Some people just want to come here and make money. They don't care how. You understand? They see real estate as a way to just launder money and just move out, just attract people, get their money, give them something that does not exist, and then leave. But it doesn't work like that. Now, for you to position yourself as a trustworthy realtor, you have to tell your story. Make people know who you are. You don't make people know who you are by just talking. You do it by actions. Okay? You must be able to carry your investors along with the processes of the transactions. From site inspections, make clear videos of the property. 1. 2. Educate them on what the property is about, showing the locations and the facilities around that area. Number 3. Explain to them the document that comes with this property. And then if there are consequences, maybe if there are water logs or things that are around that property, let them know about it in the process. Tell them the truth. I discover most times we are scared of losing clients by when you tell them the truth. But I discover that when you tell clients the truth, they might not buy that property. They might buy. But when next they think about buying a landed property, they will recommend you or they require. So you need to position yourself. You have to, in the process of transactions, you have to come as clear as possible.
Wow. You see how he speaks? Let me not go there. Okay, so tell us, you founded Cozy Lions Realty.
Yeah.
That must have been a lot within a short period of time. Can you tell us what is the gap that you've noticed or observed that the real estate industry has? Let me narrow it down to Enugu State. What's the gap that you've noticed that we have in this industry, and how is your brand, filling it up? How is your brand occupying the gap? Just tell us what it is that is not all right, and how you're able to navigate through and bring solutions to it.
Okay. The Nigerian real estate market has a housing deficit of over 20 million. Okay. That means a lot of people are going to need houses right now and in the next 5-10 years and even more. Okay. And definitely one person cannot be able to achieve that. One real estate company cannot achieve that. And so that's the need for entrepreneurs to rise to help build houses, develop structures to solve the housing needs generally in Nigeria. When it comes to Enugu is a beautiful state. I want to commend the governor of Enugu State, Peter Simba. He has made our work very easy.
Yes.
When you say the road is started, they look at it and the road is started. You understand? Nothing. There are evidences everywhere, every part of Enugu. Enugu is one of the safest places in the southeast to live in. That's the capital of the southeast. So in Enugu, I think that there has been this problem of land grabbing.
Okay.
Yeah, land grabbing. People buy properties and then they wait for 3, 4, 5 years. They think their properties are appreciating in value. They don't know that those properties don't even exist. You understand? So one thing Cozy Lions Realty want to actually solve is to give people value for their money. Give people value for their money. We want to actually bring in excellence into the real estate market in the southeast. Because one of the problems Igbos have is trusting their fellow brothers.
Okay.
Yes, they're trusting their fellow brothers because they feel that most times the brother will try to, but then they can transact with any other tribe and everything. But sometimes, because over the years, we've not shown that transparency and integrity. You understand? So, my company, Cozy Lions Realty, wants to bridge that gap. When we say we want to build smart homes, we give you smart homes that are equivalent to your money. When we are selling properties, we sell properties that are duly registered and verifiable. There's one thing the Enugu State government just brought in, the ENGIS, Enugu State Geographic Information Service System, whereby we can now, you can register your land online. You can search for a land or a house and know the history of it before buying. So it's tech, okay, and it's very good because you're going to know whether this land belongs to this person. So it's going to stop the issue of land grabbing. And when someone comes to lay first claim over a land, they already have the history and not the evidence. So data is ready. So my company also work in close hands with the government. We have a team of lawyers, also surveyors who work with to be able to give value to clients, because we're looking at the Nigerians in diaspora. That's our target market. And then because the whole Japa syndrome is and so I know that definitely one day they're going to come back. Yes. And Nigeria is going to be good and great. Yeah. So we are also telling the Nigerian story and the Enugu story that you should have investments back home as much as you have investments over there. because there's no place like home. And then we try to tell them what's happening right here. We try to tell them that the Enugu they left is not the same Enugu now.
Exactly.
You understand? And so we try to do this through the content we make, our videos, and then through also the transparency of our transactions. Because once clients feel at home and they can trust you, they start thinking about, okay, if this guy said this location is like this and actually like this, that means I am guaranteed of security, because this is one thing they look out for there, because they have security there, they have water, they have all these things that make their life easy. Most of them don't want to just come back here and suffer. So they want to buy houses that are in secure environments with good access roads, access to water and light. These are one of the things we look forward to achieving in the next 5 to 10 years at Coastal Islands Realty, providing affordable housing with smart homes that makes life living comfortable.
Oh, that's very valid. I can actually relate. Some of these clients, they'll be wanting to compare, the lifestyle over there and here, and they can see the gap, like the difference is so massive. And they are just looking at, even if it's 50% or 40% of what they have over there here, good to go. And it's very good to know that some of the entrepreneurs rising up in the southeast in Nigeria have the interests of the clients at heart and the future of the real estate market over here at heart. Because if we are working it well and the investors are investing, the market definitely keeps going up.
And it helps the reputation of the real estate sector in the southeast and Nigeria as a whole.
That's good. Oh wow, we are getting there. Don't worry, just sit tight. Okay, sir. And you're a consultant in the industry. From your consulting experience, we consult for clients, both the ones in diaspora and the ones around the nation. What it is that you have seen or noticed, like there's a mistake that these clients make. Some of them, I don't know whether it's a knowledge gap, I don't know how it is, but you're gonna tell us what is the mistake you think, the errors they fall into, they make, either by themselves or by anybody advising them, and then how do you think you can help them build more profitable investment portfolios?
Okay. One of the mistakes investors in diaspora and then other clients, people think real estate is just about buying land, buying a house. And so most times the first mistake they make is investing without working with a trusted real estate consultant or a broker. Just the same way you need a doctor to stay healthy. Understand? The same way you need a lawyer, that's also the same way you need a real estate consultant or a real estate broker. It's very important. You know why? Because you're about to spend a large amount of money on an investment. How are you sure that the investment is safe? You understand? So one of the mistakes they make is first of all, doing real estate without working with a trusted real estate broker. Number two is improper research on the property. Right? So sometimes clients want to just buy a property and then they just call their siblings or anybody around. Okay, there's this property, just help me and buy the property, and then the person just refers the property to them, and then they buy it because it's their brother or their family member. But if they fail to do the due diligence, because when you work with a trusted real estate broker works with a team of lawyers or surveyors that do their due diligence and search for the property. But also you can hire a personal lawyer who will also always check for the properties or houses you want to acquire before you do that. Okay. And number two mistake clients and investors make is procrastination. Most times they see an opportunity to key into a product, a new launch, or something like in the OWO currently, where you guys have the capital wealth layout, right? So OWO is a very interesting place right now to invest in. I remember back last year that property was selling for as low as 750k. That property is currently selling for 3 million naira. So they see places and opportunities they're supposed to grab, but they procrastinate. They're like, okay, this place is still bushy. Let me wait till people start living there before I buy. And then before you know it, that place turns out into the next big city. Because currently now, it's just like the Abani of years back.
Exactly. That's true.
There's two things. The former governor Chimaroke, who's from that area, and then Peter Mba is from OWO. And then when you come to OWO currently, there's the OWO Smart School, there's the OWO High Model School, there's a site that has been mapped out for the African Medical City in OWO. There's a Capstone University, there's a Chinese steel company, and then the dual carriage road that connects from to Baho, issues of Benue and Abuja, which is going to be a major road, and it's currently ongoing. Whenever you're going, they see there's a work in progress. The governor's house is located in Owotu, and there's no way he's going to walk every part of the city and leave his own place. So when you look at these things, you're supposed to understand what is happening. As I always say, don't wait to buy real estate, buy real estate. And that's land banking. Yeah, so they don't understand land banking. That's why if you have a trusted real estate broker, you'll be able to educate you, he or she will educate you on land banking and the importance. And then another mistake is they fail to diversify. Sometimes when they buy a property in a certain location, they're like, okay, it's okay for them. No, in investment, you're supposed to be able to diversify. When you diversify your investments, you're able to tap into the goodness happening in these different regions. So if you have a property in Independence, if you have no Independence, you have good and fine. Try and get a property around Transokulu. Try and get a property around the MNA area. If you look at MNA currently now, the Ekobinago flyover, so the government is currently constructing a 1.5 kilometer broad carriage road that leads from Enugu State to Ebonyi State, and the road is coming up really great. Now imagine what will happen to the price of properties there. Imagine you had bought a land there when that area was selling for 5 million, 10 million naira. I think around that Ekobinago, one of my clients had a land he wanted to sell in 2023. It was 10 million naira. They had 4 plots. Advised him not to sell. Said him just hold on, find outsource money. Just give this property. The development will come here soon. I didn't know why I told him that, but I just told him, why you want to sell? Today that same property selling for as much as 25 million naira. I don't even go on because currently the roads are even hard inside. So when you spread out your investments, you don't miss out on the opportunities and development. So diversification is very important. And then number 3, lack of property management for houses. Okay, so that's one of the very, because it's one thing to get, if you're into rental properties, maybe you buy houses and then you rent it out for people to use. If you don't work with good people who can manage your properties, you're going to lose out. You understand? Because when you don't maintain the boreholes, the paintings, the house utilities and all that, this your tenants will no longer be comfortable using these things, and people will not patronize them. Before you know it, everybody has evacuated and then you're losing money. So you need to be able to work with everyone. Another thing is not understanding legal obligations. Okay, so sometimes clients just get buy properties and then they go ahead and they sign the document given to them. But no, before you sign any document, read through it, understand the contents. There might be clauses in that document that would affect you from the developer. Sometimes there are hidden charges and hidden fees you need to pay for, and you don't understand those things. And then when it comes up later and they're asking you to pay for it, they're like, no. So you need to understand them, those legal documents, read through them, understand, and then sign to avoid legal issues in the future. Okay, and another thing is emotional decision making. Some clients are very emotional. They allow people influence them. Okay, they allow people influence them. They might want to make an investment now, and then maybe their wife says, don't buy this, please, buy this. Or your friend just tells them, buy this, and then they just change their mind all of a sudden, and then they miss out. I've had a lot of stories.
Good, exactly. That's what I'm smiling. I had one recently. He said his friend told him not to buy, but he went behind his friend, got one. Then later when he came back, just not even up to a year, the developer now insisted that you must pay 20 million for this property. It's actually 25, but once again, I wanted to give him 20. He said, that my friend, he started calling him names. I was just laughing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so now the solution. So these are some of the problems. So solutions that will help you to build a profitable real estate portfolio. Number 1, set goals. Understand? Set goals. Define what you want to do. Because you're not in real estate to just buy lands and then hang the documents on your wall as a trophy. You're in real estate to leverage real estate to create generational wealth. Because real estate remains the oldest means of creating wealth. Ageless. So now Trump you see today, real estate. Most of the billionaires, politicians, real estate. Bill Gates, real estate. They own real estate. Real estate doesn't lose value. It keeps on appreciating. So if you must do real estate, you must be intentional about it. Either as a realtor or as an investor. As an investor, you must set out strategies. So define goals. Define the goal you want to achieve this year. Okay? You can tell yourself, okay, I want to buy a plot of land in different areas every 3 months with so amounts. then you can have someone who you'll be accountable to. So when that time comes, person reminds you, and then you bring out that money and buy. You understand? So you set goals. At the end of the year, you discover that you already own 4 to 6 plots. In 10 years' time, imagine how many plots you would have owned and leaving it to chance. Okay, so even if you want to own a rental apartment, okay, you must set goals. Okay, I want to get a duplex, or I want to get a block of flats, and then I want to buy it and then lease it out. Now you might not have all the money at the points. Remember, I said you buy little money. It takes finance, so it takes financial intelligence and discipline to be able to invest in real estate. So if you must do that, you must understand that when you set goals, you understand that you have a goal to hit up. Okay, me personally, I want to own my first house in Enugu State at Graceland Estate. And so, because I know I want to achieve that, I've set that goal. I want to order the next 6 months. I have to cut down on some other expenses. I have to cut down on things I do with my money, so that as I earn my commissions and I make sales, I'm making down payments. When you set goals, your goal makes you now understand, okay, I want to get this property. Are there available options that allows me to pay instrumentally? Just like you also have some properties that you can pay instrumentally. So those goals help you to follow on your targets and then follow on judiciously. Okay. Number 2, you have to educate yourself consciously. Education is very important. So knowledge is power. But then I always say, timely knowledge is power. Imagine I'm telling you to go and buy land at WTC Estate now. Yes, it's a good investment, but it's not a good investment, because WTC Estate property independence layouts have climaxed to a point. They are just steady between 100 million to 200 million. Those are the prices. Anything that makes it go above that is inflated. But then if you had gotten the same knowledge about buying this place as of 2016, when a plot of land was selling for 16 million naira in the WTC Estate, think about the massive return on investment you have gotten now. So you must be work with real estate broker, real estate consultant who has understanding and knowledge of the happenings in different parts of the cities, who can tell you these things. And when they tell you, do your research also. Find out from 1 or 2 people, and then that's important. So you educate yourself on these things. Browse the nets. Check out what's happening in the city. What's the next big area? One thing you should understand when you're investing is that you must find out where the government is going and go there before them and key in. Look at the agenda of the governor of the state or the president in any city you are in. What is the master plan? What do they plan to do in Enugu State? Because we knew that the governor was coming to build that road, people, real estate brokers, real estate developers understood, went and bought land there ahead of time. Currently, Nike Lake and Resort area now is booming because of the expansion of the road, the Abapa Ugogo Suka road. Okay, and then the contract with the government and landmark group on 35 lease is that. So that place is going to become a center of tourism, Nike Lake and Resort, and it's going to attract investors to that area. So this is an opportunity to key in now. Those already keyed in 5, 6, 7 years now are enjoying massive returns, but you're still early, because once that road is done and the project is finished, the price is going to skyrocket. Okay, so number 3, network with professionals. That's one way too. You can't make money in isolation. Community brings wealth. Check the likes of Obi Kubana. Check the likes of all these billionaires. They work together in synergy. Community brings wealth. I have understood it. My greatest power is the people that I have access to, not even money. Because I can travel to any city without money, but I could make a phone call, and then money comes to me. You understand? So also in investing, work with people. You might not be a lawyer. We have access to someone who understands the legal law, the laws of the land, and the legal requirements of property investments. Leverage that knowledge, hire that as a lawyer, and be sure that your investments are secured. Leverage that with a surveyor to ensure that your land size is secured. It's the perfect one. But then when you work with a trusted real estate company like the Cedar Homes and Smart Developers, they have a team of lawyers. You guys have a team of lawyers. You guys have surveyors. So then you're sure that everything you're doing. So that's why one good thing about working on your company. They already have all these people together in one. Okay, so you can also network with other investors. It's good. Before you buy land, find out someone who has already bought that area. Ask the person, this land you bought, how is it? Have you got your documents? How long did it take to get to your allocation and all that? Then they explain to you. It boosts your confidence and makes you know what you're doing. Because if you lose that 10 million naira, it's paying you.
Yeah.
You'd wish you had used that money to buy a phone or buy something else.
Yes.
Think about it. You went through the stress of going for an inspection under the sun, paying for all those things, the emotional stress it takes you to actually buy a land. You think about it for days. Even the money you're supposed to pay for the property, like asking yourself, should I actually pay for this land? When you buy a land, you understand as a realtor, you also feel the same way. You get to understand why clients hesitate before making payments. You understand? And then you now lose the money. You won't be happy. So it's important to work with professionals. And then, because of time, utilize technology, leverage the social media, Instagram and Facebook, and then get access to information, just like I said earlier. And then we have the NGIS in Enugu State, the Enugu State Geographic Information System. It's a very wonderful technological app that you can access their offices around the New Haven. So with the NGIS, you are able to verify landed properties, houses, and understand the history of properties before buying. So with these things, you're going to be able to build a good portfolio, and then always review your portfolio from time to time. Have a list where you make a list of all the properties you've bought. The same way when you invest in stocks and crypto and all those things. Have a list of properties you bought, make a list of them, so that you can track them, what's happening here, know whether it's time to sell, and then take the money and put into another investment. You understand? It's called flipping. You understand? Maybe there's an opportunity now that's coming out, but then you don't know that this property that you bought years back has already appreciated in value in such a way that you can now sell it and then take advantage of the current opportunity. So when you review your portfolio from time to time, make calls through your realtor and find out what's happening in this area. I'll tell you, there's a client who bought a land of 8 million naira somewhere around MNA. His land is now currently 5 million naira. But in 2023, he called me like, please help me sell that land. There's another property I want to buy. You understand? So, number one, let me go back to trust. Because he trusted me then to buy the property, and he has followed me over the years, and he still feels and still trusts me. He still trusts me to be able to sell his property. Real estate is life. It's family. You can't be doing real estate by cutting people off. After closing a deal, you cut someone off. No, like, it's life. It's about people. If anything happens to you, they're going to be there for you. Like, this is the business that you have access to people's lives, even without, like, you don't even earn it. Yes, and people
That's true. Honestly, I can relate. That's true.
People can open up to you on how they feel, on how bad their day is going, on their happy moment, because you're their realtor. Why? Because if they can trust you with money, they can trust you with their emotions.
Exactly. Like, I'm blown away. Let me sing small. I'm blown away. Wow. We still have some questions, but I think I need to narrow it down to just one more before we go. We're almost exhausting our time. Last question I want to ask is, in this industry, narrow it down to Enugu, how can realtors, developers, property managers, how can they all collaborate better to create a more sustainable and impactful real estate community?
Okay. All right. So, the business of the 21st century is a business of collaborations. I always have this mantra I always say again: I will never walk alone. Because there is only an extent you can achieve when you walk alone. But when you work with people, you can achieve a lot. Before now, we all understood that business is competition. Dog, you must strive to outperform the other person, hide your secrets. There are all these things, webinars and podcasts were not so much, because why am I trying to come out and tell you what I did that helped me? If you know it, you're going to do better than me. But these days, people are not scared of handing down the knowledge they have to the next generation and to people. Because the truth is that knowledge is ubiquitous, it's everywhere. And then people can now have easy access to knowledge. Why are you hoarding it? So if you have an opportunity to share what you already know, why not put it out there? You're not going to die with those things. If you die with those things, you think people are going to die without hearing your voice. You understand? So when you understand that you don't have so much time on earth, try to live a life of impact. Collaboration. Now, developers, it's an ecosystem. Okay? The community people own the land. Developers come and then they get the property from the community, and then they develop. What is developing? They add value to the property, either from clearing to surveying, putting beacons on the ground, facilitating the plots, fiscal allocation, If they want to actually develop, then they start building houses or bungalows on them. But when they do that, the money they used to develop is clients' money. Clients' money is actually the cheapest way of them sourcing capital to develop a property. And that is why land banking is important. That's why off-plan sales, because when clients believe in your, back to trust, when client believes in your products, because of the integrity you have as a company or a realtor market agent, they can trust you to put the money into the business and into your project, into the estate. And then when people are buying into your estate and buying into your properties, you have funds to continue with the project and the vision you already have on ground. Collaboration is very, very important to achieve it, because if a developer doesn't have have realtors who will tell the story of this property to the clients who actually need them and bring it down to their doorstep on WhatsApp, on social media. Because there are a lot of clients a developer will never meet without a realtor. That is why it's very wrong for a developer to seize or delay a realtor's commission, because that's a hard-earned money. It's not easy to close a deal. So as a developer, you must understand that these people are as important as you are. If your business must continue, these people are very, very important. It's an ecosystem. Now, the realtor also should understand that these clients are very important. If you must continue being as a realtor, you have to treat your client like family. Treat them well. You must understand emotional intelligence. No matter how much your client yells at you or what, you shouldn't use derogatory insults to him. You must understand that these are emotional beings. Learn how to talk to them. Learn how to serve them. We're as entrepreneurs, we are servants.
Yes.
We're here. It's a service-based industry. When you develop a property, you need property managers to actually ensure. Because one problem of hotels and most buildings in Enugu State and other places is management. You see a hotel, very fine. Once you launch it, everybody's like coming there to 4 years, 5 years down the line. Yes, it's no more working. The bed, there is issues. The rug has torn or whatever, the ties is broken, all these things. But a property manager is able to pay attention to these details to maintain consistency in the value of that place. And when there's consistency in your value, you keep on having people coming to patronize you. People are coming back to invest in your property, right? And property managers also ensure that the quality of that building structure is maintained and sustained. Okay, so developers need realtors. Realtors need their clients. Developers need property managers also. Clients also need property managers. So it's an ecosystem. When developers understand that they need realtors to move, and realtors understand they need credible developers to be able to bring good deals to their clients ahead. Then also there can be opportunities for feedback mechanisms. Sometimes every good developer, I was listening to Mr. Ned Okonkwo in Lagos, and then he said something. He said whenever he wants to find out what's happening in the society and how people feel about his products, the houses he builds, because it's one of the biggest developers in Africa, he calls the realtor and asks him, what do you think about? Because that realtor is the closest person to the audience, to the person buying it. Right? What are their complaints? What are these? When you find those things, you know, is it the water? Is it the security? Is there any fault in the apartment or something like that? Understand? If they are complaining like that, sometimes they might not tell this to the property manager, but then they can able to relate this to their realtor who helped them purchase the house. So when you take note of these things to improve on it, correct it as much as you can, and then improve on it on your next project.
As we wrap up, sir, in few sentences, what advice or encouragement can you give to someone looking to start his or her real estate journey, as a young realtor or entrepreneur?
Okay, thank you so much. Number one, as a young realtor or a newbie or a rookie, what makes you a realtor is the understanding of the real estate operations and what is required to actually sell properties, houses effectively. That's what makes you a realtor, okay? The knowledge and the training. So, number one, go for training, go for knowledge. If you're seeking to go into real estate, a lot of us started out without going for knowledge, but then we just started out because we saw people doing it. But I'll tell you for free, I wish I had started out with knowledge first. I would have gone very far by now. Alright, very, very important. Knowledge is power. knowledge can catapult from point A to point B very fast. The things you're ignorant of are the things that are keeping you where you are currently. Knowledge is light, it exposes you to opportunities. You know that when you grow in knowledge, you notice that when you grow in knowledge, you expose a different circle of influence, a different circle of friends. You start attracting people on your level. That's how powerful knowledge is. So you must keep on increasing. That's why if you attend the Lagos Business School, you're exposed to a different cadre of people and community of wealth because of that environment, because of the knowledge you have access to. So go for knowledge, register with a real estate company and attend their trainings, okay? I know you guys have something like that.
Yes.
And then get across to them, find out the days they have their trainings and attend this training and get knowledge. Number 2, mentorship. Mentorship shortens your journey. It provides a ladder for a sweatless climb. Mentorship. Because there are a lot of things mentorship will do for you. Knowledge and experience, mentorship can do that for you because you're able to get access into the things your mentor knows. He wouldn't want you to make the same mistakes he made. He will guide you. You'll not even fall into all those selling illegal lands and all that because you have guidance. He wouldn't allow you to make those kind of mistakes. Number 2, what mentorship does for you that keeps you accountable. You understand? When you're not doing well, you call it order. When you're doing something that you're not supposed to do, you call it order. When you set a goal, because your mentor also help you set goals, all right? When you set a goal and you're not living to the mentor should call it order. See how to do why. And you're in check. Before you know, you're seeing yourself growing. If only you can submit. A lot of people want to be mentored, but they cannot submit for mentorship. I'm still loyal to my mentor till today, and I have a lot of mentors. But the mentor who I so much reverse is one who taught me about, who helped expose my mind, who changed my mindset, exposed me to books that transform my life. So mentorship is important. Knowledge, also get good books that will help you expose your mind, books on real estate and all that. And then number 3, you must understand the power of networking. Work with people, look out for people or realtors that are doing well, that you want to be like, and follow them. Find out excellent realtors on social media, on Instagram that are doing well, like Ramos of Lagos, Actual Confidence, some Ingo top realtors too, and then model their life, model the way they do their videos, model the way they speak. You understand? When you do that continuously, before you know it, you become like them.
Honestly.
You understand? Then finally, the God factor. Real estate is very spiritual. You cannot do real estate by your own power. You know why? So you're an expert, right? All right. You speak well, you talk well, you do everything. The client says, okay, I'll buy. You cannot make that client buy if he chooses not to buy. Human beings are spirits before they are mortals. They are controlled by forces. The man can wake up in the morning and change his mind. I think I've shared a story about that. The deal that was also closed one day. The man just changed his mind one morning that he's no longer selling. Do you understand? So it takes the Spirit of God. It takes a supernatural force to control physical. So you do that in your relationship, by your maintain a good relationship with God and in prayers. Okay? When the Bible says there's a spirit in man and the breath of the Almighty giveth him understanding. The Bible says the heart of the king are in his hands. You don't know whatever direction you choose. If God can make Nebuchadnezzar reduce his mind and then he became what he was, it turns around. What does it take for God to tell a client to pay for that land? Nothing. Then you become that realtor that's always on his mind. Whenever he sees your videos, I need to buy land, whenever I think about land, you're the one who comes. So the God factor. I always say, I'm a man constantly helped by God through me. If you follow those things, you'll be able to achieve success in real estate.
Oh my God. Guys, wow. This has been so impactful. Like me, myself, the host, my brain is full. Honestly, it's a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for the wisdom, for the impact. My God, we're going to have you on this podcast again. Hey. We're going to have you over and over and over again. Thank you. Thank you. I told you guys it's going to be a series of knowledge, of impact, and of course, entertainment. And this right here is one of those episodes. Let's clap for our guest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cozy One of Africa. Yay! OMG. This section was mind-blowing. And I'm sure you can attest to it. And this means that you can't wait for the next episode. Here at the Exceed Real Vibe podcast. Where we don't just vibe, we also exceed. Don't forget to follow us on social media platforms We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at the Exceed Real Vibes Podcast. I remain your favorite host, Jennifer Igwe, aka the Content Queen. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.